So if you guys like to play Battle Royale games, then in the past year you've definitely played Apex Legends. And judging by the PC components in front of me, I'm pretty sure that you know that I'm gonna build a PC today and not tomorrow. And since I'm such a noob, I'm gonna bring in somebody who is more experienced shooting things, as in bots, as in girls, as in everything. And I'm gonna introduce her right after this. So if you wanna find out who this her is, it could be a Langloi or it could be a Makcik. I don't know. I guess you have to find out. Find out lah, stay lah. Do what? You have nothing better to do also. I already stay at home, play a game anyway. Please introduce yourself to the camera.
I'm ChuChu. I'm the most beautiful girl in the world. I'm the best person in there, and I can just kill this guy in Apex Legends.
Wow, okay, Lancy, okay, Lancy. You're also a shoutcaster, right? Why didn't you tell them you're a shoutcaster?
I'm too awesome to be a
But I guess it's pretty obvious since you're so loud.
Yeah, like you also, like this uncle.
I cannot shout, I can cuss only. That's why I casted you, see? Get it? So anyways, today we're gonna build a PC. So as you guys can see, we have laid out all the PC components on the table except for the casing, and we have the manual over here that you should check out if you haven't built a PC before, because it will teach you how to do each of these things step by step. Step 1. Install the processor or CPU onto the motherboard. For the processor, we have the Intel i5-9400F. This processor has 6 cores, 6 threads, and a base clock of 2.9 GHz and 4.1 GHz boost. It should be enough for all your gaming and streaming needs. For the motherboard, we have the B360M Aorus Gaming 3 priced at 355 ringgit. These are the internal I/O connectors for your reference, because Limpe too lazy to read. For the back I/O, because I'm feeling a little bit more generous, I'll tell you lah. It has one PS2 port, 2 USB 2.0, 3 USB 3.1 Gen 1, 1 USB 3.1 Gen 2 Type A, and 1 DVI-D port, 1 HDMI port, 6 audio jacks, and 1 RJ45 Ethernet port. It doesn't come with onboard Wi-Fi, so if you want Wi-Fi, you have to buy a USB adapter and plug it in. Voila! You have Wi-Fi. Just like magic. For those of you who don't know about sockets, the Intel LGA sockets have the pins on the motherboard socket, CPU socket itself on the motherboard. So just push this down gently, pull out, and release the Kraken.
Hello.
So you need to remove the cover as well by just popping it out. That's easy, just like that.
Yeah.
Here. So now, what is the next step is that we need to find the orientation of the CPU. There's a golden arrow right here that you can see. So don't use any pressure. Done. Step 2. Install the CPU cooler. Now this i5-9400F does come with a stock cooler which looks like this. In this case, because we're using it for gaming, we are going to put on a beefier CPU cooler, which is the ATC700 from Aorus, priced at 359 ringgit. 3 10mm copper heat pipes that are directly in contact with the CPU's IHS or internal heat spreader. When it comes out of the box, it has pre-applied thermal paste, but this is a demo unit. So you clean up with isopropyl alcohol or alcohol swab if you cannot get access to that. Use a piece of tissue or whatever that doesn't leave a residue. Give it a clean wipe and you're good to go. Now you can apply thermal paste, but before that, because this CPU cooler requires a bracket to be installed onto the motherboard, you have to put on the bracket first. Okay, wait. If you're just one person and you're a noob, just flip it around, right?
It's easier.
Take this bracket, put it in, hold it like that, and flip it back like magic. Then next, you need to put on the washers. Take out all the things inside here. Put on the washers. I'm the half expert.
But if you think logically, you don't want to scratch anything on it, so it might be something to cover things on top of it.
Okay. Install the riser screws.
I gotta suck at this.
So you can rise to the occasion. 4 of these. Done. Now we're gonna have to install this one there first with the top bracket. So first and foremost, you should take this and then install. Now let's blob it. It's good. So you put a small blob in the middle. There are many ways that people would argue that you should apply thermal paste, but this is the fastest way to do it efficiently.
Yeah, I think it's more even when you just put
it in the middle.
Yeah.
Which is why when you apply the heatsink on top, you need to make sure that you screw it on with even distribution of pressure, but also to help spread out the thermal paste more evenly. Put this on. Put this on.
I'm sure you got it right.
Yeah. Now, we would need to install the screws first before we put on the fans. Hand tighten. You do it one pass to make sure that it's secure. Then, to add a little bit more pressure onto the socket. So the way Aorus has designed this is that they put the sticker on two different sides of the fans so that one is in and one is out. You don't have to see this side. I would orientate the fan cables towards the bottom, like that. So now you need to install the fan brackets. So in order to do this, you just put the pins into the two holes.
I can't see what he's trying to do.
And then we have the fan header that you should go and find right here and just put it in. Now I have to install the top plate. So you just put in the fan header here. They all have a certain way to fit. Yep. Thing is in. Good. Step 3. Install the memory so you can remember your mom's birthday, you ungrateful chicken nugget. For the memory, we're using the Aorus RGB memory 2x8GB DDR4 for a total of 16GB, rated at 3200 MHz at 1.2 volts. It is priced at 979 ringgit and comes with 2 RGB infused dummy modules. You know what they say, right? If you have 4 kids, 2 of them are probably dummies. Due to the clearance issues, we are gonna go with 2 real DDR4 sticks and 1 dummy module right in the middle. When you install, you need to check the notch over here because it is off center, it's not right in the middle. That is the longer side and this is the shorter side, so it needs to go in like that. And then you click it in evenly, applying force on both sides. So let you try. Then you click it, push it down on both sides. Yep. That's it. Step 4. Let's install the storage. This time we're using the Aorus 256GB NVMe M.2 SSD priced at 329 ringgit. Which is really fast. It goes up to 3100 megabytes per second, and also the capacity of 256GB is just enough for your OS as well as some games. So just install the games that you're playing right now and then uninstall them and install new ones as they come along. Just like how you don't need 3000 pictures of your cat, so just delete all of them and keep 1 or 2 lah. Now we have to install the PCIe M.2. Can this very beautiful macro lens look at this? Nice, right? It's supposed to go into the M.2 slot over here. Slot it in. ChuChu, can you see? It goes right here. So then we will just install the screw. This screw is very delicate, just like you.
Oh.
It's not going properly. If you want to have more storage, I would advise that you add on a 500GB of SATA 2.5-inch SSD, as well as maybe a 2TB or 4TB 3.5-inch mechanical hard drive. We're gonna see if it boots. So we need a display because the 9400F doesn't have display out. Step 5. It is time to install the GPU or graphics processing unit. Now, since Apex Legends is not DLSS or ray tracing supported, it has no need for Tensor and RT cores. We'll be using Gigabyte's GTX 1660 Ti Gaming OC with 6GB of GDDR6 memory, priced at 1,350 ringgit. We have 3 display port 1.4 and a HDMI 2.0. So you try to put the graphics card in. Don't break it, then you know it. So
there you go. When?
No, it has to have a click, so you have to wait for it. Okay. So now it's secure. Step 6, which is ironic because this is the least sexy part of this build. We have to install the power supply or PSU. For the power supply, Gigabyte sent over their non-modular P650 80+ bronze power supply, priced at 339 ringgit. They also make the AP850GM, which is fully modular and 80+ gold rated. So if you're feeling more bangsawan, you can use that one lah. To make it easier,
yep,
the first thing you need to install is actually the 24-pin So it looks like it's supposed to go this way.
Alright.
And there's a clip here that goes down there. Done. So you need to find a CPU power header. You should just take this and stick it up here. Put in.
This is...
Align the hole to the lock. So you see here the PCIe power connector. This has an 8-pin, one single 8-pin, and you stick it in. Is it in?
Yep.
Yeah. Step 7. Try to boot your PC to make sure that everything works before you install all the components into a PC case. For the case, we'll be using the Aorus C300 Glass ATX case. When you install your parts into your case, you should start with the power supply, route all the cables accordingly, and then install your motherboard, CPU cooler, RAM, and then storage, and finally install the graphics card and try to boot it up the way you did outside of the case. Okay, first things first. Let's jumpstart this power supply. So you just touch these 2 pins over here.
Oh,
and it's booting.
Magic!
BIOS. Now let's put all this inside a case.
Put the place up. Put my face up.
So now that we've shown you the step-by-step guide on how to build a PC and all the sweet B-rolls that my team at Mob House has shot, we are going to answer the most important question ever.
What?
Can this PC run Crysis? Or can it run Apex Legends? This is the video settings for Apex Legends. What I realized is that if you don't set the VSync to adaptive, you cannot get above 144 Hz. But when you go up to adaptive, it goes up to 172. Also, if you adjust the texture filtering to anisotropic 8x and also the ambient occlusion quality down to medium, you go even higher up to 200 frames. So let's see how well this plays. Okay.
I like how really the graphic looks crispy.
Which your team? Because you're not a team
like,
player.
There's like so many people there. Why would I want to go there?
Look at this. Really nice. Oh my god, just now it was like 97 frames. Is it smooth? Are you liking it?
No lag at all. This is super smooth by the way.
Wow.
I'm surprised 1660 can drive.
1660 Ti. Don't forget the Ti. It's really very good for 1080p gaming at higher frame rates and maybe up to 1440p for 60 frames gameplay if you play like AAA titles and stuff like that. And also, one thing to note is at 25-inch, this is the optimum pixel density. And also, one thing to note during distance of gameplay, you won't see the pixels because at this distance, they kind of blend together and you can get a very high resolution. If you go higher than 25-inch, you go 27-inch for 1080p, you're gonna start to see a bit more pixelation on the screen. If you go 27-inch, I recommend that you go for 1440p. And if you go higher than 27-inch, like 32-inch, then you would go for something like 4K to get the most optimum pixel density. So now that we've tested out this setup for Apex Legends, what do you think about this PC?
Just wow.
Very good, right?
No, seriously, it's wow for me because with this kind of price, you actually can get a high-end PC. Even though it's not really high-end for some people, it's like wow.
With the graphics card as well, with the GTX 1660 Ti, this is a pretty good specimen, although it doesn't have a metal backplate. It seems that the thermal design copes pretty well at high frame rates and sustained gameplay. We've been playing this game off camera as well for about an hour. And and it's still sustaining the kind of frame rates that we saw since we booted it up, right?
Yep.
Just guess, how much does this PC cost? Take a wild guess.
7.
Lower.
6.
Lower.
5.
Slightly lower. Okay, like it's around the ballpark. This whole setup is actually at 4,800 and something. I can't remember that something, so I'll just put it right here. One more thing to note is that they have taken out the integrated graphics with the F series. You can get the processor down to a certain price point if you have a dedicated graphics card. So previously with the 9400, i5 9400, you have to pay for the integrated graphics card. They took that out and lowered the price. It does look very neat already with this setup. We really like to thank ChuChu Gaming for being here.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's really
treat me
cool.
dinner later. Before you say that, you're welcome. Just give me some dinner.
I treat you coffee, you treat me dinner. I give you compliments, you give me dinner. Good one. Thanks for being here with us. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.